I think doing anything new, there's always a bit of anxiety around who's going to show up, how are people going to receive it.
How do you process that overwhelm, that excitement, the stress?
But how did it feel for you walking into the room with these amazing people, all these investors, and people knowing who you are?
I'm naturally an introvert. My instinct is to like crawl under a cave and hide.
I watched this woman work. I know the blood, sweat, and tears that she puts into this. If somebody allows you access to their world, you have to handle that with care. She could have went to anybody, to talk to anybody in the world, but she gave me a shot to work with her.
Well, on that point, what's that
Me
about?
and Gail King, we're talking and just catching up and talking. It doesn't matter if I'm the CEO of a company, I'm going to be doing the same work that the janitor does. We all work together. We're all a part of building this machine.
Energy is everything. When you have someone around you who has great energy, great vision, and like you mentioned, all the skill sets that complement what you're doing, it's a
But these
no-brainer.
are people who run the wealth division of Popular Bank and are, big time people.
They all came out at the same time.
Came out the same time. You are.
Hey, what did you say?
I like come in the
Your
house.
past success, you've accomplished a lot. When you accomplished everything in your sport, what part of you still felt unfinished?
Oh, that's a good question.
Great question.
Being in that room and watching Sanya work the room and when she was giving her presentation, but when her back is against the wall and she has to do something, like she just rises to the occasion every
I
time.
ran 13 years with Team USA. Said I would be an Olympic champion when I was 9 and accomplished that dream. Doing what I did in track and field felt like the foundation and the springboard for what I would do next.
So what's the secret sauce? Because obviously you had everything planned out and went exactly as planned, right?
Mostly.
What was it like for you to experience
I
that?
felt safe, and I think that's because she created that space.
I'm always willing to try something. I'm always willing to go for it. I'm not afraid to speak it, to say the things that I want.
What's behind that?
But you really know how to get people. Like I told you, that's how we met. He literally had me spiritually undressed.
That's the first step. This is how I get my victims. If 18-year-old you met you today, would she recognize you or be surprised by you?
Oh, that's a good question.
Another good one. You better like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
Welcome to the Lucky Sergio Show.
He's Lucky Church.
And he's Sergio Melatonin. I forgot what I was supposed to say.
Me too.
But it doesn't matter.
Enjoy the video. We're about to get into some really juicy, exciting.
First celebrity guest.
Yeah.
I'm still fucking mind blown that we made this happen.
So we just watched the video that I guess they're about to watch.
Yeah.
What'd you think about it?
First event together and our very first celebrity interview.
Yeah.
Like, what a coincidence, what a crazy experience, man. And I'm just so glad you were there. What did it feel like walking into that room, being a part of this cool event? Because, by the way, we had some cool celebrities there. Shout out to Gail King, Michael Strahan, who showed up for my friend, my client, Sanya Richards-Ross, and her event for coordinates. But how did it feel for you walking into the room with these amazing people, all these investors, and people knowing who you were?
That was crazy. Like the second that I walked in, I'm not gonna lie, that I'm naturally an introvert, so getting myself to places where there's a lot of people, my instinct, my gut reaction is to like crawl under a cave and hide. That's just my natural gut reaction. So I was kind of nervous going to the event, especially knowing that we were gonna do possibly a little interview with Sanya, and I wanted to make sure that I asked good questions. So I wore a nice suit, dressed nicely, and I was walking to the event, which is maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes away. And throughout the walk, I was like researching about her a little bit. I don't like researching about people beforehand. I don't know why. Like I get more nervous about it. I like just meeting people, but at the same time, I want to make sure that I'm being very considerate of everyone's time and asking questions that not everybody asks. So I did a little bit of homework and I kind of put together a list of questions so I felt a little bit more stable, I guess.
Yeah, Eddie.
At ease. I had a plan, right? And then I go in the elevator, I go up, and as soon as I enter the room, there's like a bunch of people. I don't know anyone. I saw Yang and I recognized her, but I don't know anyone. And the first person who says anything to me, the second I walk in, was Chris.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, yo, he was recording. He's like, yo, what's up? I seen the show. I love it. And I was like, oh, wow, that's so dope. Like, I'm like, what do you think? And we just had a conversation. he was sharing your relationship, how you guys met, what he enjoyed about the show. So it was really cool being recognized. I felt like a dream almost, you know, doing something that we're having fun doing, and then people recognizing it.
And people appreciate it. And shout out to my brother Eric, aka Sanya Sound, who was on the camera for us.
Yo, they're gonna see the footage. He did a fucking amazing job with the angles. He was on his, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
And he was multitasking, filmed the entire event. I remember when Gail King walked over and me and her interacted, which we're about to show you that clip right now. So me and Gail King were hugging and just catching up and talking. It was a beautiful moment. But Eric has this ability to be in the moment of the event, but he's capturing so many things. He's like got a regular camera in one hand, phone capturing pictures in the other video. He knows how to multitask and give you what you need. And he's so humble, so kind. So thank you, my brother. And he's also an amazing artist himself. If you can, check out the Psyche of Sound all over YouTube, Instagram.
Link in the description.
Oh yeah, link down below. And when I tell you what an amazing artist he is, you won't even believe that that is the same person. It's almost like Batman and Bruce Wayne. You know, he has this daytime thing where he's Bruce Wayne doing his good work, and then at night he's a superhero in a costume.
And we also had Rakim there.
And Rakim had the camera and that fashionable, beautiful look that I was trying to steal from him. But he's such an amazing person.
Warm energy, great guy.
So loving, and
he's building his agency, and he's doing a lot of good work, and he's got a lot of exciting stuff ahead of him.
yeah. And when I tell you a true supporter, when I joined Sanya's team, he's been there before me, but he opened his arms to me and was so genuine. And sometimes when you join teams, you run into people who, have ego and what is he doing here? But I've never felt that energy from him. He's like, Lucky, what can I do? How can I help? Emails, whatever it was, there was nothing too small for him. And that's what made me love him, because I'm that kind of team player. It doesn't matter if I'm the CEO of a company, I'm going to be doing the same work that the janitor does. You know what I mean? We all work together. We're all a part of building this machine. And that's the attitude that Rakim brings to the table. And I understand why Sanya's been with him for so long and why he's her right-hand man.
A lot of talent in that room.
Man, so much. And then shout out to all the friends that came out, to my friends at Popular Bank, Fiang and the team. We loved you guys.
Well, that night?
Yeah. So the whole Popular Bank team was there.
All of them at the same time?
Yeah, they were all there. Shout out to Pete. Shout out to Viang, shout out to Joe. And these are people who run the wealth division of Popular Bank and are, big time people.
And they all came out at the same time?
Came out at the same time. You are.
Oh my God.
And I'm laughing because y'all don't know Sergio like I know Sergio.
Hey, what did you say? Anyways.
And they all came out at the same time.
Held hands, and then just right there.
Right there, everybody came out. I'm in now. I can't stand him, y'all.
No, they were. It was a great meeting. I think I mixed and mingled with at least 50% of the people in the room, at least.
Yeah.
And what was your friend's name who, was dressed to the nines? Like he had.
Oh, Mickey Boom.
My God.
Shout out to Mickey
Dresses up.
Yeah, and he's actually Sanya's stylist. And that's I introduced him years ago. We did something for the Atlanta Housewives, and she wanted to create a moment for the reunion show. So I was like, hey, do you know any stylists? I said, I know the perfect person who has no ego, who is kind, a beautiful spirit. I said, let me introduce you guys, see if there's synergy. She flew to New York, introduced them. It was magical. He went and got a dress for her that was actually an iconic dress that hadn't been worn by a celebrity in a long time, but got her a version of the dress made for her, and it was revealing her pregnancy. And it was such an amazing moment. It went viral everywhere. But Mickey's such a kind, humble person, and whenever I call him and I need him, he's always there. And not only is he there, but he always delivers. And how you saw him is how, when he goes to the bathroom, that's how he's dressed. He can't go nowhere without looking good. Kind of like you.
No, he has really good energy, warm energy, really interesting person.
Yes.
Very arms open, innocent till proven guilty type of approach that he has with anyone. I got the sense.
That's a good way to say it. Yeah, I like that.
Let's flip sometimes.
Yeah, that's really cool. I never thought about that with him. And that's kind of how we met too, because he was just walking down the street and I didn't know he was a stylist. I just stopped him. I was like, I don't know who you are, but bro, you are killing it. Your style is incredible. And I was just talking life into him. And he was like, wow, he's like, amazing. And then the funny thing was, literally after that moment, he ended up coming up to my office to bring something to my partner. My business partner at that time, my former business partner, Ty Hunter, shout out to Ty Hunter. He was bringing something to the office that we needed for a shoot for him and Sean. And I was like, oh my God, you're the guy that I saw on the street. And, and he just had that same.
Oh, you didn't know that he was the one who was.
I had no idea.
Oh, wow.
And that happens to me a lot. And then we just ran into each other on the street and then ran into each other in my office. This is when I was in 10 Times Square, 41st and Broadway. Shout out to Miss Charney, who owns that building. We love you. But she was also good to us when we were in that building. But Mickey, like I said, just that day, always delivered, always showed up, was a responsible, good man in the cage of human. So it's an honor to know you, brother.
It was an honor to meet you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Being in that room and watching Sanya work the room and when she was giving her presentation, what was it like for you? Because I know what it was like for me. I've always seen her work and how good she is. But for me, that night, she was in almost like the phoenix had risen out of the ground. Like she was always great. But when her back is against the wall and she has to do something, like she just rises to the occasion every time. So what was it like for you to experience that?
Well, having very little context of her background beforehand and kind of having like a fresh blank canvas, for me, she looked like she was in her natural habitat. She looked like this was just another one of the things that she was doing, which made me project all the other amazing things that she's going to be doing. And so I felt confident in the room. I felt safe. And I think that's because she created that space with everyone she was connecting with and grading. And she seemed like a very high level person.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing about Sanya. No matter what she's doing, she puts 100%. Whether it's her family, whether it's coordinates, whether it's Mommy Nation, whether it's just having a conversation with somebody, how she nurtures her family, her parents, the kids, and myself. She gives you 100% so you never feel like you're lacking when you're in her presence, and she always uplifts everyone. And has always been such a team player, and the person that tells you that you can be just as great as she is. She's not selfish. She wants everybody to win on the team, and she means that. I've been around many people who talk the talk and say they're going to do these things for you, they're going to look out, they're going to come back. But one thing I have to give Sanya credit for is she has come back. She's always been there for me, and I'm just lucky to, like I said, be on the team and then help on her.
You guys are about to watch the video right now. You
asked some good questions, bro.
Yeah.
Like questions that stumped Sanya and myself, but
I had fun doing that. Yeah.
That was so good. Especially that clip at the end, which everybody will get to see about herself, which I thought was beautiful. And I think what she said was the perfect answer for her journey. But you really know how to get people. Like I told you, that's how we met. Like he literally had me spiritually undressed in front of him and Corey, and you are going to get to see exactly what happened to me.
That's the first step. This is how I get my victims. It's the first step. You have to, make them feel like you actually give a shit about what they're talking about. And then as soon as there's any bit of vulnerability, you just
go right in there. Get him. But you are surgical with that. Surgical Sergio.
Surgical, yeah.
But seriously, your energy, you can't fake the energy that you give and what you bring to the table. So I'm just honored that we are doing this journey together and that we got to interview Sanya. Thank you, Sanya, for being receptive.
Yeah.
To opening your space to us, because you didn't have to do that. You gave us an opportunity to sit with you. Friendship or no friendship, that means the world to me. I appreciate you, Queen. Y'all look out and let us know what you think. And are you wearing coordinates right now?
Are you wearing coordinates right now?
I can see through T. I can see through. I don't see enough coordinates. You better be out there ordering that. Matter of fact, we need to do an episode where we wear coordinates.
Yeah. All right. Enjoy the video. Peace.
Peace.
We're with a 4-time Olympic gold medalist, one of the most dominant 400-meter runners in history. But more importantly, a woman who's had to redefine herself beyond the track. Sanya Richards-Ross. Welcome.
Thank you.
This is going to be like a quick, short and sweet, little episode in our show.
Awesome.
Before I open up with questions, how do you feel right now? How's your experience with this event? Like, just what are some general thoughts and feelings that you have?
This was absolutely amazing. I think doing anything new, there's always a bit of anxiety around who's going to show up, how are people going to receive it, and the love I felt tonight for something that I am extremely passionate about and super excited to continue to introduce to the world. I'm just overwhelmed with appreciation and gratitude, and super excited for the future of coordinates.
I know that feeling. How do you process that overwhelm, that excitement, that everything, the stress?
Yeah, I think taking it one day at a time. But I think now the gratitude I'm feeling now, I think, is just sitting in that moment for a little bit and just appreciating all the hard work, even to get this event to happen. It took a lot because obviously I live in Atlanta now, so to have so many people show up for me in New York, it was really, really awesome, and I'm really excited.
Love that. That's sweet. And Lucky, the reason I'm here is because Lucky brought me, invited me, and grateful to be here.
Yeah.
I was learning a little bit about your own life and your story, and I had a few questions.
Sure.
Before I ask them anything, what's on your mind, Lucky? What are you
No,
thinking
I'm
about?
just like, I'm not thinking about anything right now. I'm so excited because I watched this woman work just as hard as she works on the track. She works as hard in everything she does. So to see her manifest this dream, something that started with her family, something that started with just in her heart, and now it's this thing. She's in the Olympics, she's has all these big deals coming, like y'all have no idea. So I'm getting a little emotional here because I know the blood, sweat, and tears that she puts into this, and to see her and to be by her side and be a part of her team, I'm honored.
Yeah, no, Lucky, you. I just can't thank you enough, too, for being a part of this and having vision towards helping us move. Like a lot of the times that we were developing in the early stages, a lot of your ideas, a lot of your introductions. I mean, if it weren't for you, Eric wouldn't have been a part of my team designing. You were the one that had the idea for Team USA. So I'm really, really appreciative for all that you've poured into this brand and for making all this happen as well.
But again, it's the grace of someone who is a legend that allows you and take note, people. And when somebody allows you access to their world, you have to handle that with care. She could have went to anybody, to talk to anybody in the world, but she gave me a shot to work with her, and I'm appreciative.
On that point, what's that about? Like, because you guys both have your own skills and background. You can work with anyone you want. What brought you together, and why is that important to the two of you?
I think energy is everything, and from the very first time I met Lucky, I remember I met Lucky a couple times in passing, and then we had this, I don't say a chance meetup because I don't think anything happens by accident, but we ran into each other at the mall in Atlanta, sat down and had, remember?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we said, I have a bad memory, but I remember that.
Yeah.
And you and I and Mom, and I forget who else was with us. It was four of us.
Cordell.
Yeah. Yes, Cordell. And we just had this amazing, random impromptu lunch. And from there on, we started working together. And I think it's just energy. When you have someone around you who has great energy, great vision, and like you mentioned, all the skill sets that complement what you're doing, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. And shout out to Ty Hunter, who was the initial connecting between us.
Exactly.
And just said that we needed to meet and not knowing it would turn into this.
So a little bit on your just your past, your past success. You've accomplished a lot. When you accomplished everything in your sport, what part of you still felt unfinished?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a great question.
I don't know if I would say anything felt unfinished. I was really, really proud of the career. I ran 13 years with Team USA. Said I would be an Olympic champion when I was 9 and accomplished that dream. So I wouldn't say it was unfinished. I just feel like doing what I did in track and field felt like the foundation and the springboard for what I would do next. And I wanted to take all the lessons I learned from sports and pour that into other things. And so for me, it was obvious I wanted to start a family. I wrote a book. I started commentating. I've been just doing all the things that I'm passionate about. But I wouldn't say I felt unfinished. I felt like that chapter was complete. I was excited to close the door on that one and start writing the other chapters of my life.
Wow. So what's the secret sauce? Because obviously you had everything planned out and went exactly as planned, right?
Mostly. Success can be like this at times. So of course, I had some failures and injuries and all that stuff along the way, and I had to be resilient through it. But I would say the magic sauce for me, and my mom would always say it, is that I'm fearless. I'm always willing to try something. I'm always willing to go for it. I'm not afraid to speak it, to say the things that I want. And I feel like that has been my secret sauce to success, is just really going for it.
What's behind that?
I would say that comes from my parents, like especially my dad. When I was young, my dad used to tell me when I was 7, he's like, "You're gonna be a world beater. You're gonna be the fastest woman in the world." My dad's Jamaican, and so am I. But so my dad instilled in me really early. Like the minute I started running track, he was like, he said I was gonna be the best in the world at 7. So I think you hear that enough, you start to believe it for yourself. So I would say that fearlessness and courage came from my dad.
Well, how important was that encouragement, hearing that from your dad at the time?
It meant everything to me. It meant everything to me because, when I started running, I didn't have the vision of the Olympics. I didn't have that in mind. I just did it because it was fun. And so to have someone have me set that vision for my life and to see greatness in me, I mean, every parent needs to be that for their kids.
And how does that now translate with you and your kids?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's that's the full circle of parenting that is just, it's hard to describe that, but I'm so grateful. I have 3 boys now that I just love dearly. And it makes me actually appreciate my parents more because you understand the sacrifice that it takes a lot of times to putting your kids first, but like showing up for them in all the things. My parents were always there. And that's a lot of sacrifice because you can always do things for yourself, building for yourself, but to say, hey, you're my priority, I'm going to show up for you. And so I appreciate them more, and I want to be the same thing for my children.
Yeah. And then just to add to that, what she does also leaked into the world and what she does because she created Mommy Nation and empowering mothers around the world to have the assets and the things that they need to be good parents to their children. It's just so beautiful how that trickle effect comes from your parents to you, to your kids, and then you're sharing that with the world. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much. Yeah, building Mommy Nation is probably one of the things I'm most proud of. Building a community of Black moms, supporting them through their motherhood journey. We now have a nonprofit that's raised over $300,000 to help homeless moms. And so it's just, really amazing to be able to continue to pour into the people and the places I love the most and help the people that need the support.
Yes.
So if 18-year-old you met you today, would she recognize you or be surprised by you?
Oh, that's a good question.
Another good one. I think she would recognize me. I think by the time I was 18, I was well on my way to seeing myself as a champion. And I think that I am now just a champion in other areas of my life. And so I think my 18-year-old self will be proud of where I am today and all the things that I'm doing, and I want to continue making her proud.
Love that. That is beautiful. I want to respect your time. Any last questions?
No, I just want to. Is there anything that you want to say to the public and just let them know about coordinates, what they should be expecting, and anything that they just should know that's important?
Sure. I would say that Coordinates is a brand birthed out of love for family, connection, legacy. And my hope and my goal is that Coordinates will show up for you at the times that matter to you the most. So when you're planning that moment for your family for Christmas, or you're going to Disney World, because I'm claiming that Disney World partnership, you're going to be coming to Coordinates, when you're going to your favorite football game, all of those moments that really matter, that you want to elevate through, clothing, by looking beautiful and feeling like a unit, Coordinates will be there.
Yes.
I felt that.
I did. And I feel more beautiful just hearing that and just being a part of Coordinates. So thank you for that.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you. This is beautiful.
Keep shining. You guys can check out the brand, the company, everything about Sanya in the description below. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you're getting any value out of this. The show's called Lucky Sergio Show. Sanya, can you just tell people to subscribe to the Lucky Sergio Show?
You better like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And catch the next one.
Welcome to the Lucky Sergio Show. I'm Lucky Sergio.
And I'm Sergio Nelatone.
And we are bringing this to you live. We could be anywhere. We might be in your living room. We might be in your bathroom. We're somewhere at all times.